Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back, guys. It's so good to see you here for another video. I hope you're doing wonderful today. Shout out to you, Thriver. We're going to have a conversation today when the narcissists realize that they played themselves. Let's talk about it. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're not missing when I go live or when I post weekly. Hit that like button, share the content, and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what is on your mind. You may be able to resonate with a lot of what I'm going to share, and it may help and guide, support you through your journey with some narcissists. You know, what's interesting is, I'm going to start with this very truthful fact right now. A narcissist typically doesn't realize that they've played themselves. We're talking about a narcissist. Their coping mechanism, their survivor mechanism is narcissism. Is fake it till you make it. Is pretend. Is put on an acting game, show, face, whatever you want to call it. Is I am going to act like I'm unbothered when I'm really like bleeding inside. It's I'm going to make more drastic decisions, more weird decisions. I'm going to lie. I'm going to keep control. Whatever that looks like. That's how the narcissist moves. A lot of you in this community, you're the real MVP. You've made them look very stupid for trying to play very smart. They messed around and found out who the real genius is. They messed around and got a taste of true, authentic strength. The narcissist knows they played themselves because of you. They got slapped with your authenticity, your realness, your rawness, your truth. That means you shut down their show. That means you snatched the pen out of their hands and you started writing your own narrative. Whether they thought they had full control or not. You beat them at their own game. They realized that they played themselves when they saw it in your eyes. That you awoken, because that meant they were defeated. It meant that they did not successfully break you. All they did was break a lot of sweat trying to do it. The moment the narcissist realized they played themselves is the moment you realize they played themselves. You'll start to see this not in confession, but in their reactions. Now it's a game of deflection. Now the dirt increases. There's more lies, more narratives, more people getting involved. They know they played themselves. So now they got to play harder. They got to play a dirtier game. They got to find better tactics, new tricks. You are the reason that narcissist knows they played themselves. You're nothing like the exes that they've had. You're nothing like the person that they painted in their mind. You know, they had this fantasy idea of you being some type of a doormat or puppet. The way you walked away from what you walked away from. Now it looked like you never cared because you stopped caring. They know they played themselves when they no longer could pull your energy like they thought they could. Or like they once did. In a lot of cases, narcissists know they played themselves when they realized that they hit the wrong target. They had to keep being fake and put up with all your realness. And that was irritating in itself. But since they are a narcissist, they're going to keep going. They're going to keep playing narcissistic games with your life. As long as they get the control and they keep the spotlight, they're going to keep staying in that marriage with you. They're going to continue to pursue and have more kids with you. They have no shame in their game. This is why when they leave and come back, they do the same thing over again, sometimes 10 times worse. They are literally trapped in this demonic world internally. And it's just way too hard to keep it real, be real, and deal with a real one. The moment they know that they are dealing with a real one, though, that's the moment they know that they played themselves. Because that's not really what they wanted. They got you confused. They underestimated you. They thought your compassion, your empathy, your love was weakness. And they delusionally ran with that narrative until your truth slapped the shit out of them. And then they cranked up the dirty game because they knew they messed up. They really tried to destroy you when they realized that you were way too good, that you really were unbreakable, that you were going to be unstoppable. They hated you. They became your biggest enemy when they noticed how solid you were. You made it to where they played themselves. They played themselves because of how you moved. Remember, this is a game of chess, not narc and checkers that they keep playing. That's why it's checkmate when you took control back. That's why it's checkmate when you became unstoppable, uncontrollable, ungaslightable, unmanipulatable. They realized they played themselves when they understood that you were the wrong victim. They only understand you're the wrong victim based on how you push them out of your life, based on how you continue to thrive in your life, based on how you're able to pick up the pieces that they shattered and put them back together and move on without looking back, without calling them, without chasing them, without wondering what they're doing, without caring. We're talking about a narcissist. That means this person is not sitting there telling themselves, oh my God, I played myself. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. I can't believe I did this. No, they're not going to admit it. Sometimes you would hear those confessions. Are they real though? No, they're bait. They don't care. They're not sorry. They just want control back. They're willing to do whatever they got to do, say whatever they got to say, look however they got to look, try whatever they got to try. Because there is no self-reflection. There is no introspection. There is no, let me sit down and take accountability for what I've done. It's your fault that they behave the way they behave. It's because of you that they couldn't respect you. It's because of you that they kept cheating. Everything is you and everybody else. This is someone allergic to taking accountability. They are denying truth. Narcissists can't take the truth. They won't accept the truth. But in a lot of cases, they're forced to look at it because of you. It's because of you that they realized they played themselves, only because they could not play you. Those tactics eventually became tacky. You saw through the sloppiness. It turned you off when you saw how fake they were. They only realized they played themselves because of how you look at them now, or how you're not looking at them. The person who they thought they had fooled all these decades, they can't even get you to look their way because you know the truth about them. They only know they've played themselves when they know that their mask failed. And in many lives of a narcissist, they're walking around acting like they don't know the dirt they've done. They're somewhere creating this false narrative, this fake happy story, this whole new life, trying to come off as this whole new person. Now all of a sudden they've changed, they've healed, they going to church, they praying. Their eating habits have changed. No, it's fake. It's a facade. They realize they played themselves when they have to wake up and go to sleep every day trying to figure out how to keep their current victim, how to get their next victim, or how to get you back as a victim. And they understand they've played themselves when it's not that easy. They already ran through. They got more X's than the letters in the alphabet. They have burned bridges with so many people. They've done dirt to people that you still don't know about. There's so many hidden dark secrets, so much dysfunction, and so much delusion. They've been out here fishing for narcissistic supply since the beginning of time. So their games are not that sharp anymore. Their looks are fading. They're aging poorly. Their breath is funkier. All that lying got their teeth rotting. They're mentally worse. Just pay attention to how they're settling. They went from you to that. They're just one incident away from being put on narking meds. They know they played themselves. They know they've had to downgrade their life. They know they gotta fake be happy. They know they don't want to be with that person. They got all them freaking kids. This person don't cook, don't clean, dishes everywhere, piled up to the top, mold and dust everywhere, including their toes. And your house was peaceful. This narking nut knows they messed up. Being acquainted with you was really the best thing for them. You made everything about them look better. It was all you, boo. You was the sugar, the honey. You were the secret ingredient. They lost you, and they lost somebody with brains, somebody with insights, somebody with a vision, somebody who was gifted. They lost you, and their whole swag changed because they never had it. They learned that word from you, just like everything else. Everything they know, from music to clothes to doing business, their network, it all came from you. When you took your power back, you left them bare. You left them with nothing but the false narrative. They had a good life with you. They didn't even have to pay bills. They went from mansions to motels. They know they played themselves because life got extremely hard. That's the reason for the new supply. That's the reason for the smear campaigns. That's the reason for all the shit talking. Their biggest consequence in life was you cutting the cord. You woke up one day and you didn't even want to be married to this nut anymore. You woke up one day and you got smarter about your money. You got wiser with your moves. You became intelligent about how you would express yourself. That means your reactions changed. You started walking different and talking different. They probably didn't let you see it, but they were trembling inside when that new you started to sprout. They know they played themselves, but they know they can't afford for you to see that or for anyone else to see it. They gotta keep that mask protected. That's the only shield they have. This is why you're seeing the delusional crap that you're seeing. This person is really believing their own lies because it's gonna kill them to have to face the truth. The truth is, they lost someone good. They lost someone that was compassionate. They lost someone that truly cared. They lost someone that actually had money. They lost someone that actually supplied a home, food maybe. They lost someone that helped them with their children. See, they thought they were playing you sleeping around. Now their balls are itching. They thought they were playing you. Now they're somewhere stuck trying to make ends meet. Now they're somewhere going without. Now they're somewhere forcing somebody to do what you did. They thought they played you, but really they played themselves. Because now whose money are they going to splurge? They thought they played you, but now whose bank account is on zero? They thought they played you, but who's really alone? They thought they walked away with all that money, but they're somewhere decaying. Still miserable, still empty, still very, very unhappy inside. They thought they were playing you, but according to their medical records, their health is at stake. They thought they were making you sick, but according to the truth, they are permanently sick, completely disabled in the head, spiritually destroyed, emotionally dead. They thought they were outshining you, but they are honestly stuck on stupid. All they care about is a shiny trophy. That's why trying to play you only exposed how real you are. That's why when you took your power back, you left them and now they have nothing. They just have memories that really have become nightmares. Just memories of how they used to control you, how they used to have your hands tied behind your back, how they used to have you blind. They have memories of when you used to not see so clearly. They have memories of you keeping the door open. It was a revolving door. They could come and go as they pleased. That's why they still remember songs that used to work on you. They still have their voodoo tactics, their voodoo mindset, their voodoo dolls. They still have their evil ways. How it used to work on you is what they're really thinking about. But a lot of this have become a nightmare because you're no longer that person. Those things no longer work. You're armored up in a different way, in an unexpected way, in a very destabilizing and shocking way. They have the memories of the old version of you. They have nothing. When you decided to heal, you stripped them naked of all of their narcissistic power. They had unrealistic expectations. They were living in a delusional world. They tried to make you think that you were expecting too much. You're the one full of true, authentic gifts. You are actually going somewhere in life. That's why when you took your power back, their gifts dwindled down. It was never theirs. You finally took your identity back and you left them, and now they have nothing. Their gifts were fake, stolen. Their ideas, fake, stolen. Everything about them was fake or stolen. Their identity, fake, stolen. That's why trying to play you, expose them for the fraud, the scammer, the opportunist that they really are. It exposed how much they're just using people to get to the top. It exposed how much they just cared about image. It exposed how much they're not really in their job or their field of work because they care. They didn't pursue the things that they pursued because they care about people. They just wanted the title. They just want the money. They just want the benefits. They thought they were so good at what they were doing to you, and that you would be so blind for forever. They thought they had you convinced in believing the false narrative about yourself, about the life. They thought they had you believing all the future faking. They thought you were going to stick around. They thought they had you conform to their control, but they played themselves because you figured out that that's exactly what they were doing. They were controlling you. It was no charm. It was control. They were stuck hating on you. They tried to either make you feel like you weren't enough or you were doing too much. They thought they played you, but they played themselves, because who's really stuck? Turns out you're very quite intelligent and strong. You just don't show it all the time because you're not grandiose, you're not cocky, you're not entitled. They told you all this stuff about yourself. They tried to bring your self-esteem and confidence down. But in doing that, it probably woke you up. It probably made you remember who you were. It probably made you remember your worth and your value. All that did was expose how fragile, how cowardly, how weak they truly are. They played themselves trying to play you, because trying to play you exposed exactly what they are. And it caused them to lose at their own game. Because when exposure kicked in, you started to elevate. You started to evolve. You started to gain clarity. And everything changed in that moment. They played themselves when they had to be forced to see how smart you are, how strong you really are. They played themselves when they came and those locks were changed. Trying to play you, they got slapped with a divorce when they weren't prepared for one. They played themselves. You learned your worth. So you stopped settling for them and you went and got what you deserved. They really thought they were playing you, but they truly played themselves. Because what they did was they taught you. They taught you their playbook. They forced you to gain a PhD in this MPD thing. They made you see some life-changing information. They forced you to look in the mirror. They forced you to peel their mask back and really pay attention to this person you thought was your partner, your parent, your friend. They played themselves when they taught you the game, because now everything they plotted against you backfired. The ditch they were digging for you, they fell right in it. They tripped and fell right in it when they were laughing, grinning, pointing fingers, fake laughing and all that, because they thought you were going backwards. They thought you were failing. They thought you were broken. Whole time, you were awakening. Whole time, you were becoming educated. The whole time, you were stepping into your empowerment. The whole time, you were tapping into your purpose. They thought they were playing you, but they played themselves, because now look at what has come out of this for you. The transformation, the opportunity to heal your life, learning how to set boundaries, learning how to be your best confident self, freeing yourself so you can now travel, live, work, get to the money, be around loved ones, people that truly treasure you, freeing yourself so that you can attract what you deserve. They played themselves, because now they are somewhere stuck watching you, stuck spying and stalking you, whether through your kids or through their narcissistic antennas and radars. They're still doing drive-bys in unmarked cars. They're still showing up to places that they know you love, hoping to see you, catch a glimpse of you. They realize they played themselves when they see that now they're surrounded by other low-life beings. You were the best thing in their life. You were the only light in their world. They played themselves when they're waking up every day, finding themselves drowning in the same darkness. There's no one there to care. All that lying, all that conniving, all the crocodile tears, all the faking. They thought they were playing you, because they just could see in your eyes that you were determined to make it work. They could see the love in your eyes. They knew how empathetic you were. They knew how much you cared. They knew you were family oriented. They knew you had a vision for the future. They knew how much you cared about your future. But they also knew that their tactics were going to keep you from reaching those goals and keep you from hitting your highest potential in life. So to see you come out of the hell that they thought they were locking you up in, to see you break the chains of that prison and walk away freely, put your life together, move on, have zero interest in letting them back in. This is when they realized they played themselves, because all that hard work they put in, now it's a slap in the face. Now really it meant nothing, because the whole intention was to keep you as their puppet or their doormat, or to make you that. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And now they got to spend the rest of their lives hiding from you because you know the truth. Lying on you, lying about you because you know the truth. Competing with you because you know the truth. Still somewhere working overtime to control the narrative somehow. When deep down inside their narking soul, they know they played themselves. They know they exposed themselves. They overplayed their hand. They did way too much. They lied too much. They stayed silent too long. They abused you too much. They should have walked away 10 discards ago. They know they played themselves because they got caught up. Everything caught up because things got revealed to you. And it gave you an opportunity to make moves before they did. Trying to play you. They're back on that couch. They're couch surfing. Trying to play you. They're somewhere still trying to figure their life out. And it ain't working. They're still confused. They're still scrambling. They still can't read. They're still extremely goofy and dumb. That's why they got to deal with their own narcissistic family telling them how stupid they are for losing you. They got to deal with the constant reminders of you. Everywhere they go, everywhere they're turning, something or somebody is reminding them of you. Those same very moments trigger them to keep making more narcissistic mistakes. Because this is a narcissist. When they know they've played themselves, they're too busy trying to staple their mask on harder, trying to get the best super glue in the world. They're too busy deflecting, denying, lying about it. They're too busy trying to gaslight you, all your co-workers, the whole family, everybody into believing the fake part of it all. They're too busy trying to influence anybody to fall for the false narrative. Too busy blame shifting because it's everybody else's fault. It's what somebody else did. Too busy projecting it onto you or others. They're too busy trying to run from the truth. But that doesn't deny the truth, though, because the truth is too painful. And the truth is, trying to play you made them play their own damn self. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new here. Information to book life coaching sessions with me, reach me, or follow me on other platforms, maybe even purchase MamiSoTrue merchandise, look in the description box below. Until next time, beautiful people, stay blessed, stay true, and keep thriving. Bye, guys.